Hello everyone, it's Annie. As you saw from the thumbnail, I am filming a huge book haul. All of these books sitting beside me in a very intimidating stack are thrifted except for two of them. So I'm going to start with the ones that are not thrifted first. We have The Witch's Book of Self-Care. I bought this. If you watched my horror sapphic reading vlog, you saw the store where I bought this from. It is a really cute local witchy shop, and this book is so cute. Like, I love it, and I just have always wanted one of these books, so I don't know, it seems good and accessible, and I can't wait to read it. And then the next book that I bought new at full price was Plain Bad Heroines. I loved this book so much. If you watched that same vlog, you know that it is one of my new favorite books. Definitely one of my favorite reads this year. Definitely one of my favorite books of all time now. So when I finished the audiobook, I immediately ran to Barnes & Noble to pick this up because I just love it so much, and I knew that even though I read the audiobook, the book itself has wonderful, wonderful illustrations that I've been told about. Like, look at this. Very, very beautiful stuff. Ooh, cool. Like, I love this book so much. Since it's one of my new favorite books, I really had to own it, so I'm very glad to have it now. Okay, so first, let me go through the books that I recently bought from Secondsale. You guys know, if you watch my channel, that I am a partner with Secondsale.com. They are an amazing small business that has used books for amazing prices, and they're all really good condition too. And they're having a sale right now where if you buy 3 books that are under $5, you get another book for free. So that's the perfect opportunity for you guys to use Secondsale. Please use my affiliate link if you buy anything from them, and you'll help me out while also helping out yourself. It's a great time. I bought 4 books from them, obviously, because of their sale. First, we have Must Not Miss by Katrina Leno. I love Katrina Leno. Let me just say these books at the same time. I also bought Summer of Salt from Secondsale. So I love Katrina Leno so much. I loved this book. This is another one of my favorite books that I've read this year. It was just so magical. It's about this girl who lives on an island, and her family is full of witches, but she doesn't have any powers yet, or so they think. And it's so good. And it's sapphic, of course. And it has a lot of mystery and beautiful magic. It's just so good. I love it, and I wish I had written it because it's that good. So I bought Must Not Miss. I have heard very mixed things about this book. First of all, this cover is gorgeous. I know there's another cover that is not so gorgeous, so I picked this one. And I think it sounds really good. It is about Magpie Lewis, who started writing in her yellow notebook the day after her father ruined her mother's life, the day after her sister skipped town and left Magpie to fend for herself, the day after Brandon Phipp's party. Magpie retreats to her notebook, dreaming up a magical place called Near. Near is a perfect place where her father never cheated, her mother never drank, and Magpie's life never derailed. Interesting. So this book, as you can see, The Perfect Revenge. Interesting. I like books about girls getting revenge, so we'll see how I like this. And then the next 2 books I got from Secondsale. You guys know that I love ancillary justice, so I got Unlucky's other books. And they're so beautiful. They're gorgeous hardcover copies. Look, this one even has these weird edges. I don't know what they're called, deckled edges or something. And they're so beautiful. This book is severely underrated. It is awesome. This is a fantasy, and this is a sci-fi. So let me talk about Provenance first. Provenance is set in the same universe as Unlucky's Ancillary Justice trilogy, but it features all different characters, doesn't really have anything to do with that universe or storyline at all. It just happens to have kind of the same feeling and one or two of the same names of like alien races and stuff. It is a great book. I read an interview by Ann Leckie where she talked about how she wanted to write a book about archaeology but have it be sci-fi. And that's basically what this is. It is so good. It involves a heist and it is just so good. I loved it. And it's so underrated. Like, her Imperial Rats trilogy got all these awards, and this is really severely overlooked. I love it. It's a standalone, and you should all read it. And The Raven Tower is another standalone. Like I said, this is a fantasy, not sci-fi. This is a great book, trans man protagonist, which is awesome. I just think it's really underrated, and everyone should read it. It's just very hard to describe. It is... I will say it might be a little bit hard to read. It was hard for me to read because of the strange style that it's written in. It's narrated by this rock that is like an all-powerful being. I know that sounds weird, but you have to trust me. This is really good. And I mean, just trust me. Ann Leckie is a genius. She knows what she's doing, so... I'm so happy to have her full collection on my shelves now. And like I said, all 4 of these books were from Secondsale, and look at the gorgeous condition, especially that these hardcovers are in. Like, they're pretty much perfect. This one had some stickers on it, but I took them off. It was really easy. And all of these books were under $4 each. Like, I got 3 hardcovers and 1 paperback. Like, it's amazing. So again, check out my affiliate link for Secondsale and treat yourself to some secondhand books. Okay, so these next books I all got at one of my local library's sales, and I got this whole stack of books for $5.50. So I was very happy with this. First, we have Interior Chinatown. And I have no idea what this is about. I thought it was a sci-fi novel, but apparently it is not. Apparently it is a satire, and I realized that it's written all in like a screenplay type way. I don't really know what it's supposed to be about. It says, Willis Wu doesn't perceive himself as the protagonist in his own life. He's merely generic Asian man. Sometimes he gets to be background oriental making a weird face, or even disgraced son. But always he is relegated to a prop. Yet every day he leaves his tiny room in a Chinatown SRO and enters the Golden Palace restaurant, where Black and White, a procedural cop show, is in perpetual production. He's a bit player here too, but he dreams of being Kung Fu Guy, the most respected role that anyone who looks like him can attain. Or is it? So, this sounds pretty interesting. Really not something I usually would pick up, but I just saw it there. And again, it was so cheap, and I've heard good things about it, and I figured, you know what? Let's just pick this up, try it out, so we'll see how it is. And then I found a book that I've been wanting to read for a long time called Exit West. This is about 2 young people meeting in a country teetering on the brink of civil war. The fiercely independent Nadia and gentle, restrained Saeed. They embark on a furtive love affair and are soon cloistered in a premature intimacy by the unrest roiling their city. As familiar streets are turned into a patchwork of checkpoints and bomb blasts, the couple begins to hear whispers about doors that can whisk people far away, if perilously and for a price. Interesting. So as violence escalates, they decide that they want to leave their homeland, and they find a door to step through. Interesting. Again, this doesn't really seem like something I usually would pick up, but it sounds really good, and it's short, so I'm gonna give it a try. And then next, I am very excited about this. Here Comes the Sun. It is about the rhythms of Jamaican life. The author has penned a poignant hymn to a world hidden among pristine beaches and the wide expanse of turquoise seas. At an opulent resort in Montego Bay, Margot hustles to send her younger sister to school. Taught as a girl to trade her sexuality for survival, Margot is ruthlessly determined to shield her sister from the same fate. When plans for a new hotel threaten her village, she sees not only an opportunity for her own financial independence, but also perhaps a chance to admit a shocking secret. her forbidden love for another woman. Yes, this is sapphic, which I am so excited about. I have heard really good things about this, but I don't really see that many people talking about it. It seems really good, you know, and it does seem like something I would like. So I'm gonna give it a try. And then this next one I'm so excited about. I found this gorgeous hardcover copy of The Death of Vivek Oji. I read Pet by Akwaeke Emezi, and I also tried to read their book Freshwater, but it was kind of hard to read, so I DNF'd it. But I think that this is going to be amazing. I've heard obviously great things about it. It is so good and it's so famous. So this is about a town in southeastern Nigeria where a mother opens her front door to discover her son's body. What follows is the tumultuous, heart-wrenching story of one family's struggle to understand a child whose spirit is both gentle and mysterious. So, interesting. Obviously, this has LGBT themes, and I've just heard so many good things about it that I couldn't not pick it up. So I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. And another one I'm super excited about is The Mothers by Britt Bennett that I found at the same sale. I read The Vanishing Half by her for my Women's Prize in Fiction vlog, which you can see up there, and it was so good. I really enjoyed it. So I had to pick up her backlisted title. I really don't know anything about this except that the cover is really cool. So I don't know. I know it's obviously probably literary fiction because that's what she writes. It is, it's her debut. Okay. It begins with a secret, then follows that secret through the lives of 3 different characters from high school into adulthood, tracing its impact far beyond their Southern California youth. Interesting. It says it's a book about community, ambition, love, and friendship, and living up to expectation in contemporary Black America. Interesting. I'm not going to read this whole synopsis because it's long, but it sounds really good. And obviously Britt Bennett is an amazing writer, so I'm looking forward to reading this. And then I found The Water Dancer, which is a book that has been on my list for so long. It is hardcover, which is gorgeous, but the dust jacket is a little bit beat up. But again, I got this book for so cheap I did not care. This is a beautiful book. The cover is beautiful, and the synopsis is beautiful. So, young Hiram Walker was born into bondage. When his mother was sold away, Hiram was robbed of all memory of her, but was gifted with a mysterious power. Years later, when Hiram almost drowns in a river, that same power saves his life. This brush with death births an urgency in Hiram and a daring scheme to escape from the only home he's ever known. Interesting. So, this sounds very thought-provoking. It's going to be an amazing read. I know this. I just need to actually read it and not keep waiting. Okay, and this is the last batch. I got all of these books at brick-and-mortar thrift stores. They're not from library sales. They're not from online thrift book stores or Secondsale or whatever. First, I got A Man Called Uva, I think is how you say it. I want to read this before I read anything else that Fredrik Backman has written. I think I will like this the best. It's about a grumpy old man. I know it has LGBT themes as well. I know that everyone loves this, and I also know that it's kind of a tearjerker. And I just think that out of all of the books he has written, I will probably like this one the best. So I was really glad when I found a copy of this at my local thrift store. But I also found a beautiful hard copy of Beartown. So I have mentioned this a few times that I'm kind of scared to read this because of its subject matter. It has some very sensitive subjects in it. But again, so many people love it. So my plan is to read A Man Called Uva first. And if I really like Fredrik Backman's writing and I feel like I want to give another one of his books a try, I have this on my shelf to try it out. And, if I don't, then I'll just unhaul it. It was so cheap. At least I have it to try if I ever want to. And then, if you watch some of my thrift shopping vlogs, you know that I got The Girls I've Been by Tess Sharp, which I am so excited about. I cannot wait to read this for one of my Sapphic reading vlogs, maybe in December. I haven't decided. But this is a thriller mystery kind of thing about the daughter of a con woman who kind of runs away and plays the roles of all of these different girls. I don't know much about the actual plot. I have not read a synopsis of this, but everyone I've mentioned it to has like raved about it. Everyone says that they love it. It's one of the best books they've read this year. So I'm really excited that I found this beautiful copy of it for like $3. I'm so excited about this. This is one of the most exciting purchases that I made, I think. And then, ooh, I'm so excited about this one. I found The Bestiary. Ooh, yes! Britt from Slanted Spines loved this book when she read it. I'll link her channel down below because I really, really trust her. We have very similar tastes in litfic. This book does have some mixed reviews, but I trust Britt. And let's see what it's about. I actually don't know. I know it's about Taiwanese women. Ooh, 3 generations of Taiwanese American women are haunted by the myths of their homeland in this spellbinding visceral debut about one family's queer desires, violent impulses, and buried secrets. That's all I need to know. I mean, that sounds awesome. Don't you agree? Like, come on. Okay, I'm gonna read this soon, I can tell. And then I did find this arc of the Atmospherians. I don't really know much about this except that it is a satire and it involves cults, which are both things that I probably will enjoy. Although this also has some mixed reviews, probably why someone donated it. Let's see. Oh, it also involves like internet fame, obviously. So I've heard that it's good. Oh no. Fight Club for the Millennial Generation? That's what someone described it as on the back. Oh no. Okay. I didn't know that. We'll see. Because some people that I follow have read this and enjoyed it. So I'm gonna trust them and eventually we'll give this a shot. And then you guys saw me freak out about this. I love this book, In the Quick by Kate Hopeday. I found this at my local thrift store right next to the Atmospherians, actually. I was so excited when I found this that I had to do a double take because I could not believe this was just sitting on the shelf. Like, thank you. Whatever thrift store gods were smiling down at me, thank you so much. Like, I love this. I have a dedicated review video for this book. If you're interested in it and want to hear a little bit more about its synopsis, please go check that out. It's about a girl named June who is basically a genius, and she goes to an astronaut school to find this missing ship that her uncle had worked on the propulsion system for. So she's trying to like solve her dead uncle's problem and find these missing people. And it is so good. Some people had a problem with it because it doesn't have quotation marks. But you know what, guys? I was a little annoyed about that. Because first of all, the writing is great anyway, so it shouldn't matter. But also I learned that Sally Rooney also doesn't do that. Like, she doesn't have quotation marks, and everyone loves her books. So like, don't complain about that to me, okay? Like, just read the book. It's so good. If you want women in science fiction, it's so good. And look at this beautiful cover. Ooh, it's so gorgeous. I love it. I cannot believe I found this. And then, okay, second to last book, I found this beautiful hardcover of Circe, also for $3. Oh my god, I was so excited. I've already read this. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Of course, Madeline Miller is an amazing author. I just love this book so much. If you don't know what it's about the story of Circe, who's like a minor Greek goddess, and she was left on this deserted island, and she becomes a witch and turns men into pigs. So I love it. It is the perfect feminist tale. It is just so beautiful as well. The prose and the writing style was so gorgeous, and also the narrator for the audiobook did a superb job. Just beautiful to listen to, like candy for the ears. So definitely read this if you haven't checked it out. I don't know which Madeline Miller book I like better, to be honest. I did really like Song of Achilles, although I never mentioned it on my channel, but I really loved that. It was so good. Whoa, the lighting is doing weird things, sorry. But I loved Circe so much. It was so, so good. So I highly recommend this if you have not read it already. And then the last book is Beautiful Country, which I am hoping to read this November. Maybe by the time this video goes up, I will have already read this. I don't know. But I got a Book of the Month edition at Thrift Store, which is really exciting. My mom has already finished this, and she really liked it. She rated it 5 stars, so thank you, Mom. I will recommend this based on your rating. And I just think I'm going to really love this. It's a memoir about the main character whose family becomes illegal immigrants in New York in the 90s, I believe. And she talks about her struggles and her family's struggles trying to survive, basically. And I just think it will be really eye-opening for me, especially as someone who lives in New York. So I think it's going to be a really important read. And again, I just had such good luck at these thrift stores. Like, all these beautiful hardcover editions. Like, wow. Alright guys, so that is it for this enormous thrifted book haul. I am so excited that I got all of these books. You have no idea how happy I am, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this. I had so much fun filming this. I have really been enjoying filming these book hauls for you since I moved back to America and can actually buy physical books again. I'm so happy. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you've read any of these books and you want to share your opinions, please do down below. And like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!